Mr. Speaker, this, I believe, is one of the most important debates in the Brexit process, because we decide whether in just over 2 weeks we would leave the EU with some deal, do something else, or we have a rupture of 45 years of a relationship that permeates every aspect of life in this country. In that context, we have a responsibility, clearly, to the 17.4 million people who voted leave. But we also have a duty, by which I mean this Parliament, but also the government, to the 66 million citizens in this country and their safety and their livelihoods. Every decision we take in the context of leaving with no deal has to be looked like that. Now, some people have talked about leaving with no deal as though it is some kind of inconvenience. There will be a little bit of disruption, like your BT internet going down for a few hours. Others have gone to the other extreme and said it is not like Dunkirk. Well, nobody said to anyone during the referendum campaign that vote leave and you'd have to invoke the spirit of Dunkirk. Nobody, that is, I say, an incredibly low bar to set for success of this particular project. What I am talking about is a rupture after 45 years. Now, many people cite our manifesto, which says we will leave the single market, the customs union, and be outside the jurisdiction of the ECJ as justification for this. But that same manifesto also says we will leave with clarity and certainty. There is no way and no world under which leaving without a deal provides clarity and certainty about our future relations. And all the challenges we have with the Prime Minister's deal, which is that there is no vision, there is no clarity, our bargaining position is weakened, that we would have to go cap in hand with the EU, and we will be able to apply even more so in the case of no deal, because we will be a distressed negotiator. Now, those who say that somehow leaving means you don't need any deals at all, it's just not true at all. What you do is you leave, and on day one, you don't have a deal, but you rapidly have to negotiate a whole set of deals. We will be at the mercy, we will have to rely on the kindness of strangers in order to be able to do so. So should you have no deal on the table just for negotiating purposes? Well, the EU knows that for a country that has been able to sign on to the PM's deal, where we leave our voice, our vote and our veto in return for best endeavours, we are not serious about no deal. They do not take that position. It is not a credible negotiating position at all. Now, but also, when we say that WTO is better for us, we also then say, well, we want to negotiate other trade deals. So why leave from the preferential position to go out and then try and negotiate something better in terms of no deal? It just does not make sense, and it is not credible either. Now, this idea keeps rearing its head in different ways. It's a managed no deal. It's a WTO Brexit. These are all rebrands of the same idea. It means we are leaving without any arrangements. We are setting sail without knowing where we are going. Now, I'm willing to entertain the prospect that it could work. Maybe in 20 years down the line, 30 years down the line, or 50 years down the line, as the member for North East Somerset said, it could work. But in the meantime, what would we have done to people's lives in this country? What about manufacturing, or the farmers in my constituency who came and saw me and said, if no deal goes ahead, we're completely wiped out? Now, what I would say is that is so much of this is about trade, is about tariffs, and it's about borders, but we forget about the people that we're here to represent, or it's easy to forget so. But what will happen if we were to leave on the 29th of March without a deal is that we will be on a war footing when there is no external threat. We will have a massive civil contingency, and the Prime Minister would stand in front of Downing Street on Independence Day, having to say to the country, do not worry, we will manage all the traffic dams. Do not worry, we will make sure you get your medicine. I have now sent the Trade Minister to go and negotiate all those mini deals. Do not worry, it will be all right. And that will be because the government has chosen, of all the negotiable options available, the one that caused the most disruption to people's lives. In what sense? In what world will that be a victory for this country? In what sense, in that world, can we say to those who voted leave, this is the vision that was given to you during the referendum campaign? There is no world in which that is right.